Imagine standing at the edge of a peaceful lake, quiet, still, a mirror of the sky above, and then, without warning, flames burst through the water's surface. Not from the trees, not from a boat, from beneath the water. Welcome to one of Earth's most shocking natural phenomena, underwater fire. Before we dive deep, don't forget to hit subscribe for more science mysteries you've never heard of. And if you're enjoying this, leave a like. It helps this video reach curious minds like yours. For centuries, lakes have been symbols of peace, places where people swim, fish, and relax. But beneath the surface of certain lakes, something is building, something invisible, something explosive. This story spans the quiet swamps of Louisiana, to the deadly depths of Central Africa, and even to your backyard if you live near a dormant volcano or an aging oil field. Because when lakes catch fire, it's not just rare, it's a warning. Let's begin in Louisiana, 1980. Lake Peigneur was a calm, shallow body of water used mostly for fishing, but beneath it lay a labyrinth of salt mines. And on that November morning, a drilling operation went wrong. A single miscalculation. A drill punctured the ceiling of the mine. What happened next was chaos. Within minutes, the lake began draining into the earth. A vortex, like a bathtub, draining, formed in the center, but that wasn't all. Natural gas, trapped deep underground, began escaping and caught fire on the lake's surface. Yes, flames over water. Water doesn't burn, but what's inside it can. Some lakes are layered like lasagna, with water on top and trapped gases at the bottom. These gases include methane and carbon dioxide, released by decaying plant matter, volcanoes, or mining activity. Usually they stay trapped, but when disturbed by a quake, landslide, or drilling, these gases erupt. When methane reaches the surface and meets a single spark, you get fire on water. Now let's head to Lake Kivu, on the border between Rwanda and the Democratic Republic of Congo. It's one of Africa's great lakes, beautiful, massive, but hiding something terrifying. Scientists have confirmed that its bottom layers hold over 60 billion cubic meters of methane gas. And if disturbed by a volcanic eruption or landslide, the lake could explode. We're not talking about flames on water anymore. We're talking about an underwater detonation so powerful it could kill millions. This is known as a limnic eruption, and it has already happened twice. In 1986, Lake Nyos in Cameroon became ground zero for the world's deadliest known limnic eruption. There were no flames, no explosions, just a strange mist rolling out of the lake. It was silent, invisible, and it suffocated 1,646 people in their sleep. The lake had released a massive cloud of CO2, heavier than air, displacing oxygen. Villages suffocated without warning. And here's the twist. Lake Kivu holds 1,000 times more gas than Nyos. If it erupts, the fire may not be the worst part. The suffocation might be. It all comes down to layers and pressure. At the bottom of deep tropical lakes, gases dissolve into water under extreme pressure. Think of a soda bottle. Shake it and open the cap. It fizzes violently. Lakes like Nyos and Kivu are giant natural soda bottles, sealed for centuries. All it takes is one cap to pop. A landslide, a volcano, or even a man-made explosion. Then the entire lake turns into a fire-spewing, gas-belching hazard. You might wonder, could this happen in the United States? Yes, and it already has. In addition to Lake Peigneur, some scientists are investigating Lake Powell and Lake Tahoe for potential methane layering due to nearby geothermal activity and decomposing biomass. Most lakes are safe, but aging reservoirs, and those near fault lines are being monitored. And as climate change increases water temperatures, it could destabilize lake layers, releasing hidden gases. There's another twist in this story: methane clathrates, also known as fire ice. Under the right pressure and temperature, methane can become trapped in crystalline water structures, like ice cubes full of gas. Found in ocean sediments and deep lakes, this ice burns when lit. It looks like solid water, but set it on fire, and it erupts in blue flame. In the future, fire ice may be used as energy, but if accidentally released in bulk, it could trigger underwater explosions and tsunamis. Countries are racing to mine fire ice beneath oceans and lakes. China, Japan, the US, all are exploring its potential. But this mining process could destabilize sediment, and in certain lakes it might trigger gas releases or even cause underwater landslides. Imagine a lake where both methane and fire ice exist. A small miscalculation, and the entire ecosystem could collapse. Fire, poison, eruption. In recent years, people in Pennsylvania, Utah, and Florida have filmed flames bubbling up through water, sometimes near fracking sites or aging infrastructure. In one case, residents held a lighter over their tap water, and it burst into flame. While not exactly the same as limnic eruptions, these events point to methane leaks in aquifers, rivers, and small lakes. The line between natural disaster and human error is becoming blurred. NASA satellites and geological teams have quietly begun monitoring gas buildup in lake regions across the world. Special sensors track temperature shifts, water stratification, and gas seepage from underground. Lake Kivu is currently on a 24/7 watch. In fact, degassing efforts are underway using massive pipes to siphon methane from the lakebed, preventing pressure buildup. But can all lakes be watched? What about the unknown ones, remote, unmapped, or underground? Here's where the story gets deeper, literally. There are hundreds of subterranean lakes around the world, sealed off from sunlight and air for centuries. Scientists have begun discovering some of them in Antarctica, beneath volcanoes, and even under cities. These underground bodies of water might be trapped with ancient gases, slowly building pressure. We don't know their full chemical makeup. One misstep, a tunnel, an earthquake, or deep fracking could trigger a release. Imagine a fire that begins underground and surges up through concrete. It's terrifying, and it's scientifically possible, so why should we care? Because these events remind us that Earth is still very much alive and unpredictable. What looks peaceful on the surface may be roiling with danger beneath. A calm lake could be a ticking time bomb. A mountain lake could erupt. A fracking site could ignite water. Fire and water aren't opposites anymore. They're partners in one of nature's most haunting mysteries. We began with a question. Can a lake catch fire from underwater? Now, we know the answer. Not only can it already has, and it might again. What we consider stable, the ground, the water, may not be. And in an age of climate instability and unchecked extraction, these fire lakes may become more common. So, next time you visit a quiet lake, take a breath, look deeper, because the real mystery may lie beneath the surface. If this story fascinated you, help us share it. Like the video, drop a comment. Have you heard of lakes catching fire before? And don't forget to subscribe for more mind-bending science mysteries that challenge what you think you know.